Yes, welcome in. It is the Be Wise and Sanitize edition of Your Carolina. Miss Megan sitting over there. I'm Jack Roper. You know who you are, and Jamarcus standing over there in that pink suit looked like a breath of spring.
I look like an
Breath of
Easter egg.
Jamarcus, are our colors like exactly the same?
It's all about that spring Easter egg pastel vibe, you know?
We got to have the good vibes. Isn't it all about good vibes? I saw a car this morning and there had a little sticker that said nothing but good vibes. I was like, there we go.
Good thoughts.
That's
How
what we
about the
need.
guy that owns the theater? He took the projector outside. Now he's showing movies on the side of the movie theater, so folks can pull up in their cars. It's kind of like a
That's a
drive-in
good
movie on the
idea.
side of the building
Yeah,
where he
they
shows
say-
movies inside.
They say drive-in movie theaters are coming back. You know, I think there's one in Greenwood. I think maybe another one in the upstate, and they're coming back because
Have
we're
one in
going to
Greenville, too.
Have y'all been to the one in Greenwood yet?
I have not. What is it, a 25 auto drive-in?
Highway 25.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard good things about it, but that would be a really cool thing to do, I think, right?
Yeah,
They
take
never
our separate
totally go
cars
away.
and go down and watch a movie.
Yeah, then you feel like you're with people, and you know there's a church in Easley, East Pickens Baptist Church. They're doing, because you're not supposed to go to, most churches are canceled. So this one's doing a big, like in the parking lot. I think they did
Yeah.
it last week too, where you go and it's like a drive-up church, so you can still be at church in the parking lot. And
Well, you know, I heard about that one, and there's one in Taylor's, there's one in Spartanburg. I don't know where they all are, but they made some comment, and I didn't finish reading it, about honking their horns, and I'm going, well, what, instead of clapping, do they honk horns? There's something you do with your horn. How do they
Instead
hear
of
the
a preach on preacher or an amen,
start-
you just
yeah, you
honk
start
that
An
horn.
clapping.
amen,
just
a honk,
everybody-
honk
That's
it.
what you do.
Well, anyway, the trick is, I forgot what I was going to say, but
I was say our preacher has been so good. He's been going to social media like every day and posting videos.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it shows how relatable he is, because he's younger and has kids of his own and has been home more. And so it's like every day I look forward to getting those, because one, it's like, oh, you're human too. Because sometimes you hold preachers up like they are so supposed to be always perfect
Right.
all the time. I mean, I think ours is always perfect, but it's fun to see how he
I've
kind
met some preachers.
yeah, right.
They'll
Well,
tell
it's
you
fun
very
to see how
quickly
he
they
kind
ain't
of
perfect.
lost it with his kids, and
They're just
then
human.
had a good verse, and you're like, oh, okay, life
But you,
is okay.
you can't pass a plate at a church, even if it's outside, right? I guess
Virtually.
you go to the drive-through and drop the money in the window.
You can do it. You can do it online. There's a lot of
Yeah.
where you can donate online to your churches
Yeah.
and stuff. And keep
I
it.
think even during this time, it would be cool, like, for a lot of churches to be like, support an organization that needs it. I mean, because a lot of the church organizations, they have their budgets, they have their things, but outreach is probably a better way to spend money, because, I mean,
You still got to
a
pay.
lot of people need it.
You guys still got to pay the preacher's salary.
Yeah. But hey, they live in the
And other
parsonage.
things.
Didn't we buy that? I'm kidding. I'm a Methodist.
Let me ask y'all a question. I've wondered. I heard one of our congressmen on radio the other day, and they're home. Congress is not in session. How do they get to and from their homes? They're flying in airplanes now. They're driving.
It's called private jets, Jack.
Driving SUVs
PJs.
back to Montana, wherever their states are.
I mean, there's still some people that are flying. Not everything has been shut down. I don't know how it's determined. Because I saw a lady that used to live here, and she's moved away, and she'd posted something. I think she was at the Atlanta airport, and she's like, this is so creepy, because you think about how many times you've been to the Atlanta airport and you're like this, walking
Yeah.
through, it's so crowded. I mean, she took a picture and it looked like one of those when you come in at 2 a.m. and no one's there, and this was like in the middle of the afternoon.
And that's
so.
eerie because, the Atlanta airport is the busiest airport in the world,
In the
one
world,
of the
yes.
busiest
Yeah.
in the world. So it's like, if it's empty, if tumbleweeds blowing through there, you can only imagine what it's like in other countries. So,
Yeah.
but no, you can still fly places. There are still places where you can still go for probably a really cheap price, but
bet. Well,
not a wise idea.
Delta is flying free healthcare volunteers.
Awesome.
They'll fly them free to wherever they need to go to volunteer their healthcare
Now
service.
that I can get behind.
That I can, and I love all the
Yes.
places. I was just reading too how the YMCA in Greenville, they're doing child care for all those people that are like in the healthcare industries, our police officers, first responders, medical during, until school gets back in. This is for members or non-members, because you were thinking of that, like, what if both mom and dad are in that field, or you don't have anybody? So that's,
Well, you'll be proud of me.
times.
I did order groceries online yesterday. They showed up at the front door.
was this your first time? What did you use? Shipt?
I've never done that.
Did you use Shipt, or what did you use? Or one of the
Instacart or
Instacart?
something.
He did Instacart.
And it was so cool. And she says, I get text, I'm gathering groceries. Will you take malt crackers instead of peanut butter crackers? I mean, it's just like there's a woman down the street doing this.
It's a whole new world for you, isn't it, Jack?
Yeah, you don't understand. But after having Sophie, that's when we got introduced to Shipt, because it was not as easy just to run out and get something. And it is it's like you're just sitting on the couch and you're like, oh yeah, add Oreos to that. Or oh yeah, I'm gonna need some more chocolate.
See, I would feel bad. I would think that the Instacart person would be judging me. It's like, why do you need Doritos, Oreos, and like 6 loaves of bread?
They have a rule. They come in and sometimes they'll give you one bag and they'll just kind of wink at you like, I got you. Yeah.
It's just like the Chinese restaurants when you order like something for yourself and they put 7 spoons and 7 forks in there,
and you're like,
thinking there's going to be a family of 7 people when really it's just you.
That was just me, sir. I'm real.
On Instacart, they ask if you'll sub things. You go down the whole list again, and then they say, well, would you take this instead of that? And I'm going,
sure.
Really?
See, for me, they'd be like, will you take this lettuce and tomatoes instead of the Doritos? And I would be like,
I was impressed.
Man.
I'll do it again.
Good. It gets easier. Once you've done it, then you can just say, it gets a lot easier. Well, this week we have been checking in with some of our radio friends to see how they're maintaining and just to kind of keep the dialogue going. So this morning we're checking in with Barbie T and Dex from Hot 98.1. Let's see what they're up to.
Well, we've been loving catching up with our radio friends this week. So we have got Dex and Barbie T from the morning show at Hot 98.1. How's it going?
It's great.
Hey.
I'm loving it.
Barbie, what do you think about all these new Zoom meetings?
First of all, we need some filters because I'm over here raw face. But it's cool. It's actually pretty cool. Dex is in one studio. We're practicing social distancing. I'm in a different studio, and it's great.
Yeah. Well, I will say, though, you got to watch out because some of these people in these Zoom meetings from home,
Oh, yeah.
Now, what have y'all been doing to kind of, because it seems like every time, we turn on the news or open up Facebook, it's like, doom and gloom, and it kind of wears on you. So what do y'all do to kind of keep your audience entertained, but yet still, keeping things serious when need to be?
Well, I can take that one. We have been so on point with all these calls that have been coming in. There are some people that are doing some amazing stuff. And we try every hour, at least a couple of times, to share some of the positive things that have been going on. Like the group that ended up doing the Pay It Forward at this restaurant drive-through. There was 298 people that did Pay It Forward. And some really great stories out there. And there's some great things that people are doing with their kids, like Marie. You remember her this morning, Barbie?
Yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely. She's actually, getting all her kids together. They're playing laser tag outside, staying active, having board games. I mean, just it's a big moment to have lots of family fun.
I know, Barbie. It's crazy because what was it? 4 weeks ago, here we are dancing in front of a full crowd. Who would have thought at that time that our life would be so much different? Like, wouldn't you do anything to go back?
I know. And I was just telling someone, I'm like, after this, we've got to have the biggest Corona party ever. Like, just celebrate. We made it through. Let's hope we never go through this again.
We were talking about like the first thing that we're going to do whenever the coronavirus kind of lets up. And Barbie, what was the restaurant that you wanted to go to?
Gianna's.
Oh, right there. It's right there. Let's go.
Yes, I love them. I miss their food.
I love it. We'll have a good working lunch when this is all said and done.
Yes.
A lot of brainstorming. Well, thanks for letting us drop in. We're going to check in with y'all next week too. See how everything's going on at Hot 98.1 and listen to y'all every weekday morning. Give us your hours.
We're on from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m.
The early birds. Yes. Thanks, guy. Tell Jeff we said hey too. So we love the new addition. Hold down the fort. You've been doing a great job. So fun times.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, guys. We'll talk to y'all later.
See ya.
Bye.
See, it's fun to talk with people that kind of are in the same field as us and get it too. So.
And I think it's Barbie's birthday, so happy birthday to you.
We got to have a big old party for Barbie.
Right. I can imagine having a party during like quarantine times. I don't know.
I know. My sister-in-law just had hers last week, and my mom's is coming up in 3 weeks. I'm like, maybe we can celebrate it all for 4th of July or something.
But you can't invite a lot of people to the birthday party, that's for sure.
Right.
No,
But hey, our question of the day, courtesy of Spinks, is what are you doing to keep you and the kids occupied or entertained? We'd love to hear from you, and we'll talk and give some answers when we see you again about halfway through our show. Our trivia question. You ready for this one?
Ready.
I don't know if you want to hear this one.
Oh, gosh.
How far will a germ travel if you sneeze?
Ew.
It ain't 6 feet.
Oh, joy.
Oh, gosh.
What
Just to
truth
look
in the
forward
morning?
to.
What was it, Jamarcus? I know you probably saw one of our photographers, Dustin. Did you see, or no, it was Kevin, I think, that posted last night that they were walking to a
Oh.
story or something, and someone in front of them coughed, and everyone kind of froze. And it was like, wait, how long do I have to wait before I can walk to make sure I'm
Oh.
not walking through?
Hey.
Well, that's true. Are you downwind or upwind of someone that coughs? Think about it.
Things we have to think about in 2020.
Well, this will just keep us healthier in years to come. So,
And
look at the
maybe
positive.
this morning you have been laid off, and we're sorry to hear that if that's true, but we have a lawyer coming up that'll maybe have some answers for you about that predicament.
And since you don't have anything else to do today, how about taking a virtual coffee class? We're going to tell you how you can do that coming up next.
This will be good, and these people really know a thing or two about making coffee, plus how one local company is actually helping in the COVID-19 fight by making tests. That and much more is still to come this morning on Your Carolina.
Furnishings for Your Carolina are provided by Jeff Lynch, appliances, electronics, bedding, furniture.